How's it going, guys? Gorillas Freak 23 again, and let's just say that this episode of Free Agents I'm about to recap is actually really good as far as drama goes, which is something this season has definitely lacked. So let's get to it. Basically, the drama I'm referring to the most is they're all on the bus coming from the club, and Jordan starts interrupting Johnny and CT, and Johnny, of course, has some rude, snarly remark to make, but it's only because Jordan's being a dick, and I'd hate to say this, but, well, I'll go ahead and say it, but I think Jordan's actually starting to irritate me more than Johnny. And it's not that I really hate Jordan. He actually has a very similar personality to me, but it's the fact that he's really just getting annoying. I feel like he can't back up what he says anymore. So, anyway, CT gets in his face and says, "Look, if you want to sign a waiver, you tell him that, and I'll punch you in your face, Jordan." No, I don't know if he said it like that. It's kind of like this. "Jordan, man, I'll punch you in your face, man." "Yeah, what's up, CT?" Yeah, well, anyway, and then, of course, Jordan says, "Okay, well, you're just saying that to be the badass and all that." Well, But anyway, that's actually CT rarely tries to sound like the badass anymore. But CT's been pretty easy to get along with these past few seasons, so I'm surprised he even got that angry. But anyway, so basically Jordan's causing problems again. Johnny can't say it. It's basically a Jordan versus Johnny rivalry. You can almost say CT's aligned with him, Johnny Bananas at this point. Yeah, I was talking about Johnny Bananas, not Johnny Riley, who has brought nothing to the season so far. But anyway, it's time to go to the mission now. Today's challenge, guess what, guys? The good news is, it's the first individual mission of the entire season. The bad news is, it's a trivia match. It's called Smarty Pants. Basically, if you've been watching the challenges enough, you'll see that in these past 4 or 5 seasons or so, we've seen some trivia matches, so this is nothing new. But anyway, basically, the first, there will be a male round and then a female round. And basically, you'll be asked random trivia questions about the world. It's not just the challenge. There's actually, remember that on the other side, this is about the world. And basically, you just keep getting asked questions. The order's chosen at random. And the first person to get 2 wrong loses. So, yeah, it's about as exciting as that. Well, anyway, the thing is most of the trivia questions were extremely easy. They asked them to spell words, which I knew how to spell literally every word they asked, but I don't know if they paid them to be stupid, but I can't believe some of the stuff they don't know, and I can't believe some of the words they don't know how to spell. So anyway, let's just get right to some of the basics. It's kind of hard to remember exactly what happened, but basically, I could tell you right now the male draw, I forgot to tell you, the bottom 4, the first 4 people to lose in each round are going in the draw for the guys and girls, so that's not saying too much. But basically, CT gets something wrong about a UFC fighter and he loses, which I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I mean, only if you watch that stuff, which I don't, but it's basically hobby related. Jordan also goes as one of the first 4 down for the guys. He's another one to look forward to. Johnny Riley is, and Preston is. So, or not Preston. Actually, Preston did very well again. Actually, I'm wrong. It was actually Swift. But, or anyway, so, or not Swift, I forget. No, he was one of the runner-ups. The runner-up was between Swift and Zach. So, and Zach ends up winning the one-on-one battle of the trivia. But, I'll tell you right now, Zach got some very easy questions. Like, he got, who's the sleeping princess? Well, we all, in the Disney movies, we all know that's Sleeping Beauty. I mean, who the hell doesn't know that? He got a lot of common knowledge ones. Now, for the girls, the 4 girls that go in the draw, Camilla was the very first one to lose, so she went in the draw. The other girls, I want to say, are, trying to think off the top of my head. I can't remember quite who they were, but I know it's Camilla. Oh yeah, Nani's one of them. I think it's Devin, or not Devin. Yeah, Devin and Anissa, I think. I think those were the 4, but either way, it doesn't matter because for the girls, basically, Laurel thinks she's all that too. Well, guess what? She lost pretty early on too. She didn't make it to the draw, but she didn't make it much farther. But either way, it doesn't matter because these questions are easy. The spelling words they have them do are easy. And I was wrong about that. Devin wins the mission. So anyway, that's all there really is to say to it. Sorry for not flowing through that, but basically it's stupid. I mean, trivia proves nothing. So Devin and Anissa, or Zach could brag about being the only people in the season to win an individual mission so far, but it really doesn't matter because anybody could have won that. So, I mean, freaking Casey, who's arguably the worst competitor in challenge history, Casey Cooper from Fresh Fate 1, she could have won that. I mean, anybody in the world could have won that. So, it's not saying too much. But anyway, citizen deliberation. It's between 2 people. So, there could very easily tiebreaker. Well, Zach surprised me. Even though he bitched about Johnny Bananas last season, he actually votes Swift in because he thinks he's the worst athlete, which I would even argue if that's true or not. But anyway, so Swift is in there, and for Zach, and Devin just agrees, yeah, go ahead and throw him in there. Well, Devin's got a pretty good decision. She either wants to vote Laurel or Teresa in. And she's back and forth, and even though she promised Teresa she wouldn't, she decides to throw her under the bus and throw Teresa in. So, the people voted in are Teresa and Zach, and Swift. And Zach also agrees with Teresa. They just agree with each other just to get it over with. I think it's kind of stupid. I would have liked to see a one-on-one tiebreaker. But anyway, it is what it is, so poor Swift and Teresa. I really don't think either one of them deserve it this season. Well, let's start with the draw. For the girls, they keep going down, and Camilla eventually picks it up. So Camilla's going in for the girls. And right away, Jordan picks the kill card. I think he was the second guy, actually, and he picks it. Yeah, because CT just split on through with the card and saying he has a system, whatever. But Jordan picks the kill card right away. So, and he's like, I'm going to prove myself. So, we saw Johnny Bananas in last week, and now we see Jordan. So, today's elimination is Looper. And if you remember right, it's the one Cara Maria and Naya went in against each other. We haven't seen a guy do it yet. But anyway, that was the episode Frank went in. But basically, it's the reverse tug of war between 2 people, and the rope eventually extends out. That it's a pulling match to the belt. So, anyway, they start off with the guys, and I will say that this was a mega blowout for the guys. Jordan and Swift start running, and all of a sudden, Jordan dives at the end of his rope, grabs onto this little ledge rope, and just pulls himself to the belt. And I'm telling you right now, it doesn't take him very long at all. So, Jordan just kills it. I don't know how valuable that victory is or not, but he does kill it. So anyway, he has a little bit of bragging rights now. So he wins, and Swift goes home. And for the girls, it's a pretty tough battle. Camilla is about 5'1", weighs about 135 pounds. Teresa's skinny, maybe 145 pounds at the most, 140, but she's tall, and she weighs more probably by default. Well, it's a close match, and they're just going at it, forever. But eventually Camilla just kind of gives in at the end. She can't take it anymore, which really surprised me. So now I have a different winner for the fifth. So my prediction was that Camilla would win this whole season. I think that's probably the biggest upset of the season because Teresa had never won an elimination in her career prior to this elimination. She was 0-4. Now she's 1-4. So who would have thought that the one elimination she would win is against Camilla? So I guess I'll have to pick a different winner. I guess I'm going to have to go with Laurel just because it's getting to the point where she has no competition, you know. And granted, I don't think Laurel's as good as she thinks she is, and I don't know she's not good at long distance. But at this point, she doesn't have much competition. There's no Emily Schramm, there's no Evelyn, there's no Paula, there's no Jen, there's no Rachel Robinson. There's none of that. I mean, Anise is great. She could take her out in elimination, but if she makes it to the final, I don't think Anise is going to do shit like she always does. Anise is arguably the worst long-distance competitor ever. So anyway, that's that, and according to the after show, episode 6 is the halfway point, so yay, there's going to be either 11 or 12 episodes, probably 11. So, anyway, that's all there is to say about this one, and next week's supposed to be a big one according to Johnny Mosley, so we'll see, and that's it. See ya.